Finally, I am here to show you how to cornrow. This is not about perfection, a braid battle. This is not about using your pinky to create neat stitches. No such thing as perfection. You are seeking progress. Though I do want to say that I teach with a lot of imagination. This is what I want you to imagine, that your hands are birds. And by that, I mean, we're going to use the right hand and the left hand as birds and create beaks. The reason is because when we are doing a single basic braid, we are using mainly our thumb and our index finger to hold and control the legs of the braid. So with this in mind, this is a bird and this is a bird, and all you're doing is feeding a bird side to side and picking up hair. You will have a better understanding for what I'm about to show you. So grab your mannequin or grab your child or grab your mama and let's get started. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, they're little bluebirds. This makes my fingers so much easier to see, and you can see my hand positioning and know exactly what your fingers should be doing during this tutorial. The pinky and the ring finger are support, and the rest of the fingers do the work. So now let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is detangle the area you are working on. Then you're going to part or section off a small piece at the top of that area. This will make sure you're off to a neat start. Separate the hair into 3 sections or legs, which is what we use to braid. Very quickly, I wanted to go over what an individual braid looks like. The legs are fed side to side to the other hand. The left hand feeds the right hand feeds the left, and the leg of the braid is placed in between the thumb and the index. As you know, this motion is repeated until you get to the bottom of the braid. This is the same motion we're going to do for the cornrow. The only difference is to get the braid to lay down on the head. After feeding your hands the leg, you are also going to pick up hair from the scalp. Let's see it in action. Once again, go to the top of the section you're working on and part out a small area to start your braid. Make it nice and neat. You got this. You are in control. Separate the hair into 3 legs the same way you would for a normal individual braid. Your pinky and your ring finger is support, resting on the scalp. Your thumb and your index are doing the work, and your middle finger is kind of just hanging out. Same position on the other side. Pinky and ring finger resting on the head. Index and thumb ready to work. Let's feed these birds. So now your hands should be in position with 3 equal legs, 3 equal sections of hair to start a braid. Remember, you're starting it as you would a normal braid. There's nothing new here. This is a first stitch of an individual braid. Your pinky and your ring finger are resting on the scalp, and you just did your first stitch. Now, you're taking the bird and picking up hair from the scalp to feed the left bird. He has all that food in his mouth, and so now you proceed as you would for a normal braid. Now the left bird is free. The left bird or the left hand is picking up food from the scalp to feed the right bird. The right hand has all that hair, and now you're proceeding as you would for a normal braid. Once again, the right bird is feeding the left bird hair from the scalp and adding it to what already exists, and then proceeding with the steps for a normal braid. The left side is doing the same, picking up hair from the scalp, feeding the right bird. Using the bird analogy, if you're really confused or if it's a child watching this, is just really easy and cute to remember that you are feeding hair to your fingers. The beak or the thumb and the index is what's holding the hair and guiding you along. All you're doing is picking up the hair from the scalp and feeding it to the bird in the other hand. This motion is what creates your cornrow. We're going to do this again, and we're going to pick up the speed. Once again, you parted your section off at the top, and the first stitch that you do is a normal braid. You're not adding hair yet. Pinky and ring finger are support, and now after the first stitch, you are ready to add hair. Pinch a small piece of hair off the scalp, feed it to the right bird. Proceed as you would for a normal braid. Now your left hand is resting on the scalp, and it's time to feed the left bird. Pinch a small amount of hair from the base, feed that left bird. Proceed as you would for a normal braid. I'm wiggling my fingers to reinforce the idea of a bird asking for food. Feed me. Feed the bird, feed me. Eats that up, proceeds as a normal braid. Pinch it off from the base, feed the other bird on the other side. Feed me. Feed me. Side to side, you are repeating this motion. All you are doing is pinching off small pieces from the scalp to add to what already exists to create a beautiful cornrow. Don't worry about neatness. This is about process. With enough practice, eventually you will not have to quote unquote feed the beak. You will just simply extend your fingers to the opposite side as you're braiding and grab hair in one motion. This is not about stitch braiding. Remember, this is just about creating a simple cornrow. Did you do it? Did you get it? Did the bird analogy make sense? Did you feed the beak? Trust me, after this video stops and you're by yourself practicing, you're gonna be like, feed the beak, feed the beak, feed the beak. It's a great visual concept for you to understand what you're doing. And keep in mind, practice will make progress. That is all you're ever seeking when you're doing these videos at home. Let me know how this was. Let me know if this helped. Let me know if the bird analogy worked, and tag me in your pictures, send me pictures. Just let me know if this was helpful so that I can produce more content like this for you to try things at home. See you next time.